Hey guys, so please don't mind that background noise. I'm at work right now, but I want to make this video about forced sharing and how it opens so many demonic doors into our lives that we have no idea that it opened up to, like people pleasing and narcissism and not knowing the power and no. So growing up as a child, in my household, we were always taught to share because there was so many of us, and we were in poverty. We didn't have a lot of money, so that forced us to be in a situation of being forced to share clothes, food, money, toys. It was just, my parents had the idea, the right idea, but how it was delivered not the right way. So it forced us to share everything, and when we didn't share, that led to punishment, that led to your disappointment, that led to whoopings, and you're selfish. So that naturally built in me a resentment and a selfishness growing up, and that also opened the door to people pleasing. So now I didn't know my power and no, because I equal me saying no to me being a disappointment. I equal me saying no to me being selfish. So I said yes to a lot of things that I didn't even want to do. Like, for example, that can open the door to people pleasing in a way of, say your child deals with peer pressure, going through school, hey, smoke this weed, or let's have sex. And even though I don't want to, but because I want to please you, and I know that I have to give up what I don't want to, because I was forced to share as a child. So I'm going to say yes because I want to please you. I don't want to be a disappointment. I don't want to say no even though I don't want to, because you were forced as a child to give up what you don't want to give up anyway. You lost your no. You lost the power in no. And that opened the door to generational curses that I see even in my own family. People literally training their children up to do that. Don't be selfish. Don't be rude. You're the oldest. Share this. Give that. Don't be resentful. Don't be mean. So now that you're older, now that you're a people pleaser, you do things you don't want to do because you lost your power and your no, because you don't have it anymore. You're forced to do everything. You never say no. You always say yes. You could be in an abusive relationship. You won't leave. You don't know how to say no because you were taught if you say no, you're a disappointment. You're rebellious. You're the black sheep. And that is so wicked and demonic. And it's like, you have to teach your children the power of no. You do not have to give up every single thing that you have. You teach your child what is selfish and what's not selfish. And that's how you stop a lot of the silence. That's how you stop a lot of the molestation. That's how you stop a lot of the rape. That's how you stop a lot of the peer pressure. That's how you stop a lot of the early sex and the kids having kids. Like, that's how you stop a lot of that. You have to teach your child the power of no. I don't have to give up everything that I have. I don't have to give this up of mine if I don't want to. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable. I don't have to do this. I teach my child that. Do you want, like, her cousins might be like, oh, hey, I'm not gonna say my baby name. Your child don't want to let me watch YouTube with her. So when I ask my baby, I'm like, hey, can they watch YouTube with you? She be, right now, I just want to watch it by myself, but I can watch it with them later. And I look at my nieces and nephews, like, hey, and you have to respect that. I'm teaching my child the power in her no. So that way nobody can take that away from her. So that way when peer pressure, whatever it is, tries to attack her, she knows the power in no. I don't have to do those things. I don't want to give that up of mine. You're not going to force me to do anything that makes me uncomfortable or goes against my belief or what what my foundation is. Like the whole thing with living with your cousins. That's you're not, like that singing, you're not real cousins if you never lived together. That's a word curse. That's generational poverty. For you and your cousins to live together, that means somebody had to be homeless. Somebody has to be neglected. Somebody has to be positioned in a place of poverty. You're real cousins through blood. You don't have to live together to be real cousins. If your parents did not make a conscious decision to, like, oh, let's move and get a house together, and then we can branch off. But if they're forced to live in the same household because of somebody lost a home, that's a word curse. That's the generational curse. Why do you want to continue that? We have to be more conscious of the things that we allow in our homes and the generational traditions that we carry with us, because traditions, as also says in the Bible, is curses. It's idolatry. It's word curses. It's demonic. You do not need to keep every single tradition that your family carried. And a lot of times as adults, we think, oh, sharing is caring. But if they're not giving out of the kindness of their heart, what good is it? If they're forced to give up every single thing they have and own, if they're forced to share and they can't say, no, I don't want to give up my candy today. I don't want to share my money that my dad gave me. I don't want to give up my food today. I don't want to give them my clothes today. If you don't teach your child the power and no, I guarantee you that they will grow up people pleasing. They will grow up not knowing the power of their no, and they will grow up doing any and everything people tell them to do and want them to do, because they were forced to share and taught the demonic workers sharing is caring. Teach them the biblical term of sharing, of getting out of the kindness and abundance of your heart, and not wickedly and not evilly and not forcefully. Because one, we wasn't supposed to sow into every single thing, because you might sow into the wrong thing and now you open the door to demonic covenants. Stop teaching your children to be yes men and yes girls. Teach them the power of no. Teach them to be let their yay be yay and their nay be nay. Break these demonic curses. Break them. You have to break them now. Let it end with you. Do not let your children grow up in the same way that you did. Just think about how you felt when your parents made you, force you to do everything. And then look and reflect on your life, how that opened the door to so many demonic covenants and so many demonic doors open because you did not know the power of your no. Because you forgot what it meant to have something that's valuable to you and to actually hold it and cherish it instead of just giving it away willy-nilly and to anybody that asks for it. We got to do better, y'all. It's the body of Christ. It's much deeper than what we think it is. It's spiritual. I learned that from Tiffany Montgomery. Life is spiritual. Take account for everything that you do. And it's not too late to break this word curse. It's not too late to break this demonic covenant that's been in our bloodlines for generations. Start teaching your children the power of no now. The power of they don't have to share the uncomfortable. Because that can also teach them how to do the, I'm not comfortable with you touching me. I'm not comfortable with you hugging me. I'm not comfortable with sitting right here. I'm not comfortable being with you. That opens the door to great communication with you and your children. It's not being a best friend. It's being somebody to have you can confide in and trust. All right. Love you guys. Bye.